Welcome back to Coins X Tales. We're exploring rare Lincoln Wheat Pennies, coins that have made people rich. Let's find out why you should never overlook these coins. Because who knows, a single coin could change your life. Don't miss this. Top 1. We're talking about a classic American coin that many collectors quietly search for, the 1950 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny. This beautiful coin is part of the legendary Lincoln Wheat Cent series that ran from 1909 to 1958. On the front, you see the powerful portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, and on the back, the two iconic wheat ears that give the series its famous name. These pennies were produced by the United States Mint, and when there is no mint mark under the date, it means the coin was struck in Philadelphia. Now many people think that no mint mark means rare. But listen carefully, for 1950, Philadelphia actually produced a very large number of these coins. So in normal circulated condition, this penny is common. But that doesn't mean it cannot be valuable. The real excitement starts with condition and errors. If you find a 1950 no mint mark penny in heavily worn condition, the value is usually only a few cents above face value. But when you move into higher grades, especially coins with strong red luster and minimal contact marks, the value jumps significantly. Collectors love coins graded mint state red. A bright red, uncirculated example with sharp details in Lincoln's hair and full wheat lines can bring serious attention in auctions. Now let's talk about what truly makes this coin special: errors. Some 1950 no mint mark pennies have been discovered with double die characteristics. Look closely at the date and lettering. If you see clear separation or doubling in Liberty or In God We Trust, that can dramatically increase value. Another rare find is an off-center strike. When the coin is not properly aligned during striking, part of the design may be missing. Depending on how dramatic the off-center error is, collectors may pay a strong premium. There are also examples struck on wrong planchets, though extremely rare. These transitional or wrong metal errors can turn an ordinary penny into a highly desirable collectible. For collectors, eye appeal matters. Original red color is far more valuable than brown. Coins stored carefully for decades without cleaning are the ones that bring top dollar. And remember, cleaning a coin can destroy its value instantly. So how much is the 1950 no mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny really worth? In circulated condition, real market value is usually between a few cents and around $1 depending on condition. In uncirculated mint state condition with full red color, real market value can range from around $20 to over $100 depending on grade. High-grade certified examples have reached auction values of several $100s. When in superb condition with strong eye appeal, error coins with clear doubling or dramatic off-center strikes can sell for hundreds to even thousands of dollars depending on rarity and preservation. So before you ignore that old wheat penny in your collection, take a closer look. Check the color. Check the strike. Look for doubling. That small copper coin could be hiding more value than you expect. If you love coin collecting and want to discover hidden treasures in everyday change, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with fellow collectors. Stay curious, keep searching, and who knows, your next valuable find could already be in your pocket. Top 2. We are going back in time to talk about a very popular and collectible coin, the 1946 no mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny. This coin was struck just after World War II, a historic period when America was rebuilding and growing fast. The 1946 penny is part of the famous Lincoln Wheat Cent series, featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the front and the classic wheat ears on the reverse. It was produced by the United States Mint, and when there is no mint mark under the date, that means it was minted in Philadelphia. Now here is something important: the 1946 no mint mark penny had a very large mintage. Philadelphia struck hundreds of millions of these coins. Because of that, in normal circulated condition, this coin is common. But don't scroll away, because condition and errors can completely change the story. In circulated grades, most 1946 no mint mark pennies are worn from years of use. You will see smooth details in Lincoln's hair and weak wheat lines on the reverse. These coins usually carry only small collector premiums. But when we move into higher grades, especially mint state coins, things get interesting. Collectors love bright red examples with full original luster. A coin that still shows strong mint shine and sharp detail in Lincoln's coat and jawline is much more desirable. Now let's talk about rarity factors. First, original red color. Copper naturally turns brown over time. Finding a 1946 penny that has never been cleaned and still shows deep red mint color is much harder than finding a brown one. Red coins bring much higher prices. Second, strike quality. Some 1946 pennies were weakly struck, especially in the wheat ears. A sharply struck example with bold lines on both wheat stalks is more attractive to collectors. Third, errors. While there is no major famous double die for this year like some other dates, minor double dies do exist. Look carefully at the lettering in Liberty and I in God We Trust. If you see strong separation doubling, that could increase value significantly. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and lamination errors are also possible. These mint errors are always in demand, especially when the date is fully visible. Now let's talk about value.in circulated condition. Real market value is usually between a few cents and around $1 depending on where and I appeal.in uncirculated mint state condition with brown surfaces. Real market value can range from around $5 to around $20 depending on gray.in bright red mint state condition. Real market value can range from around $20 to over $100 depending on quality and certification. High-grade certified red examples have reached auction values of several $100s when in superb condition. Error coins with strong visible doubling or dramatic off-center strikes can sell for hundreds or even over $1,000 depending on rarity and condition. So before you spend that old wheat penny, take a closer look. Check the color. Check the strike. Never clean the coin. A simple 1946 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny could be worth much more than 1 cent. If you enjoy learning about valuable coins and hidden treasures, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next rare coin breakdown. Keep searching your change and happy collecting. Top 3. We're talking about another classic coin that many collectors search for, the 1953 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny. This coin is part of the famous Lincoln Wheat Cent series that was produced from 1909 to 1958. On the front, you see the strong profile of President Abraham Lincoln, and on the back, the 2 wheat ears that made this design one of the most loved in American history. The coin was struck by the United States Mint, and when there is no mint mark under the date, it means it was minted in Philadelphia. Now here is something important. In 1953, Philadelphia produced a very large number of pennies. So in regular circulated condition, the 1953 no mint mark is common. Many people think no mint mark means rare, but for this year that is not true. However, condition and errors can completely change its value. If you find one in worn condition with smooth details and dark brown color, the value is usually small. But when you move into higher grades, especially coins with full original red luster, things become exciting. Copper coins naturally turn brown over time. So collectors pay much more for coins that still have bright red surfaces. A 1953 penny with sharp details in Lincoln's hair, strong lettering in Liberty and I in God We Trust, and bold wheat lines on the reverse is much more desirable. Now let's talk about what can make this coin rare and expensive. First, high-grade mint state examples. Coins that were never circulated and still show strong mint shine are always in demand. The higher the grade, the bigger the jump in value. Second, double die errors. Some 1953 pennies show minor doubling in the date or lettering. If you see clear separation in the numbers or letters, that can increase the value significantly. Third, repunched mint mark varieties exist for the Denver issue, but for the no mint mark Philadelphia coin, collectors mainly look for strike quality and die errors. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, lamination cracks, and die cracks are also possible. These mint errors are collected heavily, especially when the date is fully visible and the error is dramatic. Now let's talk about real market value.in circulated condition. Real market value is usually between a few cents and around $1 depending on condition.in uncirculated brown mint state condition. Real market value can range from around $5 to around $20 depending on gray.in bright red uncirculated condition. Real market value can range from around $20 to over $100 depending on quality. High-grade certified red examples have reached auction values of several $100s when in superb condition with strong eye appeal. Error coins with strong visible doubling or dramatic off-center strikes can sell for hundreds or even over $1,000 depending on rarity and preservation. So before you ignore that old wheat penny in your collection, take a closer look. Check the color. Check the details. Look for doubling. And remember, never clean your coins because cleaning can destroy value instantly. If you enjoy discovering hidden coin treasures, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with fellow collectors. Keep searching your change, and I'll see you in the next rare coin breakdown. Top 4. We are diving into a coin that many collectors overlook but smart coin hunters always check carefully: the 1956 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny. This classic penny is part of the legendary Lincoln Wheat Cent series that ran from 1909 to 1958. On the obverse, you see the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, and on the reverse, the two wheat stalks that made this design famous among collectors. The coin was struck by the United States Mint, and when there is no mint mark below the date, it means it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Now here is something important. In 1956, Philadelphia struck hundreds of millions of pennies. Because of this high mintage, the 1956 no-mint mark penny is common in circulated grades. You can still find them in old collections and even in wheat penny rolls. But do not lose interest, because condition is everything. In worn condition with brown surfaces and smooth details, this coin carries only a small premium. However, when you find a sharply struck example with strong original mint luster, collectors begin to pay attention. Copper changes color over time. Most 1956 pennies today are brown or red-brown, but full original red coins are much harder to find. A bright red, uncirculated 1956 penny with sharp wheat lines and clean surfaces is far more valuable. Now let's talk about what can make this coin rare and expensive. First, high-grade mint state examples. Coins graded at the top levels with blazing red color are scarce compared to the total mintage. The difference between an average uncirculated coin and a superb gem can mean a huge price jump. Second, double die varieties. Some 1956 pennies show light doubling in the lettering or date. Look carefully at Liberty and I In God We Trust. Clear and strong doubling can increase collector demand. Third, die cracks, cuds, and lamination errors. These mint-made mistakes add character and uniqueness. Off-center strikes are also possible, and the more dramatic the error while still showing a full date, the more desirable it becomes. Collectors also look at strike quality. Weakly struck wheat lines reduce value, while bold, crisp reverse details increase eye appeal. Now let's talk about real market value. In circulated condition, real market value is usually between a few cents and around $1 depending on where and eye appeal. In uncirculated brown condition, real market value can range from around $5 to around $20 depending on grade. In bright red mint state condition, real market value can range from around $20 to over $100 depending on quality and certification. Top-grade certified red examples have reached auction values of several $100s when in exceptional condition. Major error coins with strong doubling or dramatic off-center strikes can sell for hundreds or even over $1,000 depending on rarity and preservation. So before you ignore that old wheat penny, take a closer look. Check the color. Check the strike. Never clean your coin. Sometimes the smallest copper coin can surprise you. If you love discovering valuable coins and hidden treasures, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next rare coin breakdown. Keep searching your collection carefully, and happy collecting. Top 5. We're going back to the early years of the 1940s to talk about a coin that many collectors still search for: the 1940 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny. This coin is part of the famous Lincoln Wheat Cent series, featuring the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front and the classic twin wheat ears on the reverse. It was struck by the United States Mint, and when there is no mint mark under the date, that tells us it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Now here's something important. In 1940, Philadelphia produced a very large number of pennies. Because of that, the 1940 no-mint mark penny is considered common in circulated grades. Many examples were used heavily in daily transactions, especially during the pre-World War II period. But don't underestimate this coin, because condition and errors can make a big difference. In circulated condition, most 1940 pennies show noticeable wear. Lincoln's hair will appear smooth, and the wheat lines on the reverse may be weak or partially faded. These coins usually carry a small premium over face value. However, when you find an uncirculated example with strong original mint luster, collectors become very interested. Copper coins naturally darken over time, turning brown. So coins that still show bright red color are much more desirable. Now let's talk about what can make the 1940 no-mint mark penny rare and expensive. First, high-grade mint state examples. A sharply struck coin with full detail in Lincoln's coat and bold wheat stalk lines on the reverse is much scarcer than the mintage numbers suggest. The higher the grade, the more dramatic the price increase. Second, double die varieties. Some 1940 pennies show noticeable doubling, especially on the date and lettering. Look carefully at Liberty and I in God We Trust. Clear separation doubling can significantly increase value. Third, mint errors. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, lamination errors, and die cracks are all possible. A strong off-center strike with a fully visible date is especially attractive to collectors. Another factor is eye appeal. Original surfaces with no cleaning marks are extremely important. Cleaning a coin can permanently damage its value, even if it looks shiny. Now let's talk about real market value. In circulated condition. Real market value is usually between a few cents and around $1 depending on where and eye appeal. In uncirculated brown mint state condition. Real market value can range from around $10 to around $30 depending on grade. In bright red mint state condition. Real market value can range from around $30 to over $150 depending on quality. High-grade certified red examples have reached auction values of several $100s in superb condition. Strong double die examples or major off-center error coins can sell for hundreds or even over $1,000 depending on rarity and preservation. So before you pass over that old wheat penny dated 1940, take a closer look. Check the color. Examine the details. Look carefully for doubling or striking errors. If you enjoy learning about valuable coins and hidden treasures, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with fellow collectors. Keep searching your change. Your next valuable coin might already be waiting for you.